The City of Apache Junction Council meeting of September 2nd, 2025 to order, and ask everyone to put your cell phones on silence. The invocation will be led by Councilman Heck and the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Cross.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the privilege and freedom we have of being able to gather together this evening to discuss city business. We ask that you give the staff and council wisdom and clarity in their decision-making. Keep us mindful that we serve the residents of this city. We ask you to watch over the men and women who serve in our military the world over. Keep them safe in these troubling and turbulent times. We ask also for your blessing on our first responders, including our police and fire departments, our EMS personnel, along with our park rangers. Please keep these brave men and women safe in their duties to protect and care for the residents of this city. And thank you for the honor and privilege we have to serve the residents of this city. These things we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Wilson.
Here.
Vice Mayor Schroeder.
Present.
Councilmember Cross.
Here.
Councilmember Heck.
Here.
Councilmember Johnson.
Here.
Councilmember Nesser.
Present.
Councilmember Soller.
Here.
You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you. Consent agenda. As a reminder, all items in consent agenda will be approved with one motion. If a council member wishes to remove an item for further discussion, the request must be made before approving the consent agenda and be moved to new business.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that the consent agenda be approved with items number 4 and 5 being pulled, briefly discussed, and voted on separately.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser.
Yes.
Councilmember Cross.
Yes.
Councilmember Heck.
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson.
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passed unanimously.
Regional intergovernment updates. Do we have any updates from the council?
Well, yes, if I could, Your Honor.
Sure.
2 weeks ago, we had the opportunity to participate in the annual League of Cities and Towns held up in Scottsdale, and it was an extremely well-attended event. Lots of breakout sessions and lots of great information was garnered by the entire council. I'm sure we'll have some other highlights from other members possibly, but really enjoy the product they put out there for us. It really helps us to be better council people. So, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Okay, well, I'm going to make a quick comment concerning the League of Cities. And we had a booth there where we handed out some things from the city. There's, we'll say, a MAD, and definitely emphasize the MAD aspect of rush of going in it. We had, well, there's the vice mayor as he's playing some cards over here. And it is an opportunity for giving out what we are doing and how we're growing and what our community. We also look at other cities. It is a unique opportunity to meet and see what's going on in a lot of other cities throughout the state. Of course, we've now got 92 cities, which one just performed this past, I'll say past couple of weeks ago now with Santan. And it is something that is fun to see everybody and, enjoy. And it's an opportunity to talk and learn and be thankful that you're in the city of Apache Junction versus some of the other cities that are having some major problems. I think one more. Yeah. I sit on the board out at the Mesa Gateway Airport, And we just approved a flight safety presentation, and is where they're going to be doing teaching of flight safety in the aspects on it, and work with a lot of the, I'll say, the pilots throughout the nation in the aspect on it. It is unique in the aspect that they have selected their western area for doing this, and it's all going to be at the Mesa Gateway Airport, which is fantastic for us in our area, because it's adjacent to us. Okay, no one else has anything? Well, I'll move on to city manager's report. Bryant?
Thank you, Your Honor. Bryant Powell, City Manager. Wanted to follow up with the discussion on the League of Cities and Towns with a video that was played at one of the nights that highlights our different cities and towns across the state, and we'll turn it to Matt to hit play.
This is great.
Really highlights the differences and the uniqueness there are in each of our cities.
Oh,
Stand by, we don't have audio.
oh, we don't. Oh,
Back it up.
That's the best part, right?
Without the audio, you don't have a video.
Give me 1 second.
See if that'll work.
there we are.
The League of Arizona Cities and Towns, from canyon rims to cactus grounds, represent the interest across the land. Each place has a story unique and grand. Apache Junction holds some history gold. Avondale races with legends bold. Benson paints the sky where colors unfold. Bisbee tells stories that never get old. Buckeye thrives under the desert sun. Bullet City gleams where the river runs. Camp Verde stands where cliff dwellings stay. Carefree is so tranquil night or day. Casa Grande grows as people love it here. Cave Creek rides where the wild feels near. Chandler's Tech beats under sky so wide. Chino Valley rolls with countryside pride. Clarkdale's art and autumn leaves blend. Clifton's mining tales never end. Colorado City views a mesa so grand. Coolidge has roots where past shapes land. Cottonwood thrives where the vineyards grow. Dewey Humboldt's charm has a small town glow. Douglas waves from the southern line. Duncan stands where the history find. Eager breathes the mountain air. Mirage grows strong with care. Eloy leaps in a desert sky. Flagstaff towers where tall trees lie. Florence holds legal roots so deep. Fountain Hills lets the water leap. Fredonia starts where the canyon calls. Gila Bend stands by its giant rock walls. Gilbert grows with modern grace. Glendale cheers at a sporting pace. Globe's copper roots still gleam and shine. Goodyear builds where the stars align. Guadalupe blends tradition and pride. Hayden keeps its heart open wide. Holbrook howls where the dinos once played. Huachuca City's peaks stand unafraid. Jerome climbs high on haunted hills. Kearney welcomes with friendly thrills. Kingman meets where the roads all blend. Lake Havasu bridges London to the end. Litchfield Park with palm trees lined. Mammoth sunsets are gently defined. Marana shines in the western breeze. Maricopa rises with civic ease. Mesa Mesa speaks through art and light. Miami's mining legacy holds tight. Nogales glows with border delight. Oro Valley swims in mountain light. Page rests by Lake Powell shore. Paradise Valley dreams galore. Parker flows where the river plays. Patagonia soars through quiet days. Payson calls with forested trails. Peoria's lake catches desert sails. Phoenix leads with a guiding spark. Pima stands with desert bark. Pine Top Lakeside cool and sweet. Prescott Square can't be beat. Prescott Valley with boulders so grand. Quartzsite, the rock capital of all land. Queen Creek farms begin to bloom. Safford satellite eyes the moon. Sahuarita shines with warmth and pride. San Luis greets the border side. Santan Valley is here to stay. Scottsdale's art scene paves the way. Sedona rests on Red Rock. Grand Sholo's a recreation wonderland. Sierra Vista keeps a watchful eye. Snowflakes traditions reach the sky. Somerton's fields yield golden treasure. South Tucson glows in sunset's pleasure. Springerville's horizon so stunning and blue. St. John stays steady and true. Star Valley paints its canvas green. Superior climbs where miners gleam. Surprise plays all year long. Taylor keeps tradition strong. Tempe hums a college tune. Thatcher rests in sun and moon. Tolleson builds community ties. Tombstone echoes where legend lies. Tucson beats with culture deep. Tucson guards canyon steep. Welton's waters calm and great. Wickenburg rides through the cowboy gate. Wilcox's history and today unite. Williams pays tribute to those who fight. Winkleman keeps its small town flame. Winslow's corner still holds its fame. Youngtown dreams where hopes invest. Yuma's the gateway to the great Southwest. Cities and towns from A to Z, Arizona's finest, the place to be.
There you go, the Arizona's finest place to be, and it's of us.
Yes.
Thought that was ironic. We got to, and apropos. It's also neat to see that in this format, you see Pima and Phoenix next to each other. It outlines and highlights the purpose of how powerful each city and town is in the league. At the league conference, we highlighted our YAC Youth Advisory Council who came, and here's some of the activities they participated in. We're looking forward to another great year and another great group. We also have some hardware to share tonight. Mayor and council were very happy and very pleased to share with you through the Arizona Parks and Recreation Association. Our great and awesome Parks and Recreation Department was highlighted, and I'd like to first start out with our Park Professional of the Year award to our very own Dave Butler, City of Apache Junction, and has another great video that highlights Dave's great work. Matt, we hit that.
Park Professional of the Year is a leader whose work transforms spaces and strengthens communities. Since 2013, Dave Butler has been a cornerstone of the City of Apache Junction's park system. Beginning as a parks maintenance supervisor and now excelling as park superintendent, Dave manages over 2,500 acres of parkland, 3 supervisors, and 19 full-time staff. But his impact is far more than numbers. It's about people, place, and purpose. Dave played a key role in developing the city's first dog park and partnered with Brookfield Residential to expand park access for residents. His leadership unified 3 divisions and deepened collaboration across parks and recreation, creating a culture of teamwork, inclusion, and pride. Holding certifications including CPRP, CPO, CPSI, and Certified Arborist, Dave also co-chaired APRA's Parks Maintenance Team, advancing peer learning and sustainable practices statewide. In 1 year alone, his team completed over 15 major projects, earning honors like the Field of Excellence Award. Dave's influence reaches beyond his department, contributing to citywide projects like the Library Reading Garden, and earning deep respect from staff, council, and the community. Dave Butler leads with integrity, heart, and excellence. He is a mentor, a builder, and a champion for public parks. Please join us in congratulating the APRA Parks Professional of the Year, Dave Butler.
Dave, if you could please stand, we get to give you a hand. I know he hates this. Just please stand, Dave. He's with us.
Come on, Dave. Way to go, Dave.
He received this awesome award in front of a big group of people across the state. Several of us were there, and we're just so proud of him and all the great work he's doing, and grateful to have him on board. He really does blend together the different departments that make so many great projects happen. And we hope Dave will keep going with us and get a lot more done. We're also very happy to show off another award we received that night, being the Outstanding Facility for Cities and Towns in Arizona, population 25,000 to 100,000, Painted Sky Park, and another video. Matt, if you could run that.
Located in Apache Junction is a truly remarkable addition to the city's park systems. Painted Sky Park, located in the city's first master planned community, Blossom Rock. Developed in partnership with Brookfield Development, Painted Sky Park sets a new standard in public spaces. It features Apache Junction's first ever catch and release fishing lake, the Rough Ranch Dog Park, a sprawling 3-acre adventure playground called Miners Run, and accessible play areas for children of all ages and abilities. The park offers everything from bocce ball and cornhole to life-size chess and cozy gas fireplaces, all with a stunning backdrop of the Superstition Mountains. Built with environmental responsibility in mind, Painted Sky uses reclaimed water for irrigation, dark sky compliant lighting, and over 200 native trees that were preserved and replanted on site. Thanks to innovative funding through a community facilities district and a cooperative maintenance agreement between the city and the Blossom Rock community, this project came to life quickly and sustainably. Painted Sky Park is more than a park. It's a model of creative planning, community partnership, and thoughtful design. Congratulations to the City of Apache Junction and Brookfield Development, this year's winner for Outstanding Facility Award in populations 25 to 100,000.
Yeah.
Your Honor, a huge shout out to Liz and her team that make these possible to be able to shine like we do. Of all the cities and towns that night, 3 received 2 awards, and we were one of the 3. And not that we're not competitive, we definitely want to be there and competing in our efforts of showing off across the state what we're doing here. Your Honor, next item up is our volunteer. We'd like to invite Gina up to give us our annual report on the volunteer appreciation and volunteer activities for fiscal year 2025. She's doing double duty, so she's coming up here.
Hello. Okay. Hi, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council members. I'm Gina Scorza, Public Information Officer, and I have the pleasure tonight to update you guys on the volunteer contributions from our amazing Apache Junction community for the 24-25 fiscal year. So overall, we had 2,131 volunteers who contributed over 18,834 hours. And so on my following slides, I'll sort of break these numbers down for you, but generally this is including people who are participating in our Public Works Adopt a Street program to pick up trash from the streets, boards and commission members who are volunteering their time at our meetings, as well as people who are volunteering for our programs and our different events for our Parks and Rec department, library department, as well as our, I can't even, there's one more department. And so first, I like to share the boards and commissions. So they're considered volunteer volunteers, and they've contributed 247 hours of volunteer time at meetings. And I just want to note that the applications for becoming a board and commission volunteer is still open until September 15th. I believe that's when it closed. So if anyone's interested, they can still apply for that. For our Public Works Department, they run our Adopt a Street program. And so this program's goal is to basically help maintain our streets and keep them clear of litter. And so for this program, we had 327 participants who contributed 119 hours, and they collected a total of 262 trash bags. And generally, these are 33-gallon trash bags, so they're really keeping our community clean. And I even asked each department if they would like to highlight an individual or group of people who have volunteered for their department. And one person that stood out for Public Works was Dave. He's an older gentleman who has adopted 3 streets in Apache Junction and even 2 streets in Pinal County. And he goes out 3 to 5 days a week to get his exercise in, as well as pick up trash from our streets. And notably, in one day, he picked up 16 bags of trash. So he's really helping us out and putting in the work. For our Apache Junction Police Department, they recorded 14,419 hours from auxiliary patrol, records, animal control, and youth cadet program volunteers. And one person they wanted to shout out was Cadet Mandy Wilson. She's been a cadet for 2 years and just in 6 months has contributed over 110 volunteer hours. And she's really considered a natural leader, and she prioritizes volunteering for our police department. And she's doing this and continuing to get really good grades in school, as well as participating in her theater program. So she's a big, contributes a lot to our police department. For our Parks and Rec department, they had 1,633 volunteers who contributed over 9,000 hours for different events, park maintenance like our invasive pool programs, sports, which is people volunteer for coaches, and so much more. And I just want to note that Parks and Rec, their volunteer hours contribute for 50% of the total overall volunteer hours. So they're really getting a bunch of great people. And Parks and Rec has so many individuals and groups of people that they could highlight, but they did want to give a shout out to the junior guards. They said without the junior guards, they couldn't run their aquatics program. They assist in so many different tasks at the pool, from shadowing lifeguards to help assist with swim instructors. And these young kids are getting really valuable work experience through this program for when they're actually old enough to get a paying job. So we're thankful for their contribution. And lastly, for the library department, they had 110 total volunteers who contributed 4,651 hours from Friends of the Library to program volunteers and team volunteers. And the team volunteers do a really great job of advocating for the library to their peers at their high school to help get more people into our libraries. And one person they wanted to highlight was Judy. She has been a volunteer for over 2 years and has actually used to work for the library for over 5 years. And she is the Saturday volunteer for Craft Corner. And they just love her, and she builds a really fun experience for everybody who attends her classes. And so on behalf of City of Apache Junction, we are so thankful for the many volunteers who contribute to our community and truly make it what it is today. And if anyone is interested in volunteering, they can go to apachejunctionaz.gov/employment, and that's where you'll find all our volunteer openings. Or if you're interested in the Adopt a Street program, you can go to our Public Works Department and find out more information. Do you guys have any questions? Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. Great job, and we are so grateful for every single one of our volunteers who make that happen. As Eli is coming up to do this last piece, I just wanted to send a last shout out and how grateful we are for the investments that council has done with the facilities we have. And one in particular, the Multi-Gen Recreation Center, has been such a highlight to our community now for some time. And so Eli, why don't I turn it over to talk a little bit about this week ahead.
Yeah, just to go over a few of those details. And good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council. 20 years since we had the MGC first open up. So this upcoming Friday, September 5th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., throwing a birthday party for the facility. A lot of different events and activities are taking place. So I'm not going to go through the list. Really, all ages will have something entertaining to do. And then perhaps even more noteworthy than that, this is a day where anyone could come and get a 20% off discount on memberships. So I think that pretty much covers this one. This will be an exciting, fun day. And then Gina had the chance to mention this already, so real quick, I'll just say that the final day for applicants to finish their application for the boards and commissions listed on the screen is September 15th. And we've had a great turnout so far, but hoping for more as that deadline approaches, so hoping everybody keeps this on their calendars and remembers to get applications completed. And that's it for today. Thank you.
Your Honor, this concludes our report, my report. You may want to tackle items 4 and 5 right now before we jump into the public hearings.
Okay, you want to do 4 and 5 now?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. We'll do, go ahead.
Yeah, items 4 and 5 on the consent agenda had dealt with Officer Gabriel Facio, and I know Bryant and Matt Busby could probably elaborate a little bit more on the changes that are going to be made to a road on his behalf and in honor of him.
Thank you, Your Honor. Councilmember Cross, not too long after the very devastating and horrible events that occurred in early June in the city of Apache Junction, I was contacted and proactively contacted by D.R. Horton, the builder that's in the southern part of the city, to reach out if there was anything that they could do. And I said, well, we're still just trying to sort through it. And they said, well, what about renaming one of our streets? And Matt, at that point, we got hold of Rudy and Sydney. And maybe you can elaborate that next piece of where we needed to kind of review where we were at in the process.
Yeah, so the process of renaming the street, we thought this was a great idea, of course. And as a result, the Plan and Zoning Department just laid out what needed to happen, which involves a replat of those areas down there to rename the street officially. And so this road will change from being Davis Drive officially to now Officer Facio Drive through the adoption of these replats.
And it's a midsection, fairly significant road down in that area.
Correct.
That will be traveled on forever and be forever in his name in honor of our officer. And that's what the item allows for that change in the plat to officially do that action.
Awesome.
And it's the same for 4 and 5.
Right. Thank you. Your Honor, I'd like to make a motion.
Yes, go ahead.
I move that we accept the items number 4 and 5 for the change of the road down at D.R. Horton to Officer Facio Drive.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes,
Motion passes unanimously.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, public hearings, presentation, discussion, and public hearing, project number CDBG funds. Matt.
Mr. Mayor, I'll turn it over to our grants manager, Jeremy Johnson, who's new with us, and I'll let him introduce himself a little bit and explain these next 2 items.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Jeremy Johnson. I'm the grants manager for the city. Been here about 6 weeks. So looking forward to working with city leadership and departments to help identify grants and also to win grants so we can bring some more revenues into the city. Tonight for your consideration, we have the 2025 CDBG project proposals. The Community Development Block Grant Program is better known as CDBG. It's one of the longest running federal programs through the Housing and Urban Development Department. The idea is straightforward but powerful. It provides local governments with flexible funding to meet critical community needs, especially for those who are low and moderate income. So in order for a project to be eligible under CDBG, it does have to meet a national objective. It either needs to benefit low to moderate income persons, or alleviate slum and blight in the community. Thirdly, address urgent need to the health and welfare of the community. So when we develop our project proposals, we measure them against these objectives to make sure that they're both eligible and also that they strategically align with the greatest needs in our city. So this year we do have two funding sources for CDBG. The first one is going to be the RA fund, and that's the regional account. This is a non-competitive fund for fiscal year 2025. We do have $156,800. The second pot of money for CDBG is State Special Projects, SSP. This is a projects that are going to be competitive at the state level. So cities like Apache Junction, we have a population under 50,000, can apply up to $750,000 for a single project. The competition for this SSP funds is strong, but the opportunity is significant, and it allows us to pursue large-scale projects that make a difference to entire neighborhoods. For CDBG activities, the funding supports a wide range of community needs. Eligible projects include infrastructure projects, water, sewer, road improvements, public facilities such as parks, senior centers, and libraries. Also housing activities, including construction and rehabilitation, and then public services that benefit low and moderate income residents. So the first group of projects we're going to go through is going to be projects that qualify under the regional account. Project number one is our portable AC unit loaner program. Extreme heat is one of the most dangerous challenges facing Arizona communities. Vulnerable residents, particularly seniors and households without reliable cooling, are at serious risk. The program would allow the city to purchase and maintain a supply of portable air conditioning units that we could loan out during emergency situations. This program has the potential to reduce heat-related emergency room visits and prevent displacement during dangerous summer months. And that project was put forward by Development Services. Next project also put forward by Development Services is the Nuisance Abatement Fund. This project focuses on blighted properties. Homes are areas that have a lot of debris, overgrown lots, unsecured structures. These pose safety hazards, attract illegal activity, and lower surrounding property values. This fund would give us a dedicated resource to quickly address these situations. By remediating these properties, we can improve neighborhood safety and enhance community pride. Also put forward by Development Services. And the third and final project is Housing Emergency Rehab. This project addresses one of the most pressing issues in our city, which is housing stability. The idea is to provide urgent repairs like replacing roofs, replacing failing HVAC systems, or addressing major plumbing or electrical issues. For many low-income households, these repairs are financially out of reach, but without them, the home can quickly become uninhabitable. This program would allow us to step in with up to $15,000 per household. By making these repairs, we help residents stay in their homes, prevent homelessness, and maintain the integrity of our neighborhoods. The next two projects are going to be under the SSP pot of money. So this is going to be the competitive projects. The first project that we put forward is the library reading garden, but we're actually withdrawing that project because it does not meet CDBG rules in regards to contracting. Project number 2 is the Palm Springs drainage improvement. This project focuses on curb and gutter installation along Cactus, Mesquite, and Navajo. These areas are prone to flooding during storms. That creates a safety hazard and damages roadways. With this project, we anticipate reducing the flooding issues by as much as 90%. In addition, by controlling the stormwater properly, we extend the lifespan of the roads within the neighborhood. The benefits are safer streets, improved property values, and lower long-term maintenance costs for the city. Finally, the last project for your consideration is the Apache Villa pedestrian rehabilitation. This is a safety and accessibility project. Many of the intersections in the area need ADA upgrades, ramps, and sidewalks that meet modern standards. This project would upgrade intersections, creating safer conditions for pedestrians, particularly seniors and individuals with disabilities. It also improves the overall walkability of the neighborhood and ensures that Apache Junction is in compliance with federal accessibility requirements. So with that, the next step is we will be having a second public meeting on October 7th. But for now, what we're requesting is your feedback and your questions, and we also would like you to know which projects you'd like to move forward with at this time.
Okay, and council, any comments, questions?
I don't have a question. The RA project for the AC loaner unit, I mean, that's something that I think we've needed to do for quite a while, because there are a number of people I do know go to the emergency room because it's broke. They can't afford to fix it right away. And hopefully that gives them enough time to at least get to someplace safe. Trying to add up, I mean, but it's 159,000 on RA?
156,000.
156,000. And the first two projects, 1 and 2, are estimated to be 100, and then then the next one is 345 to 360,000.
Yes.
So we're a little bit of short gap there.
Mayor, Councilwoman Johnson, I have spoken to CAG, and what we would like to ideally do in the final selection is we'd like to move forward with one project for RA and then one project for SSP. So the project estimates on here, they are estimates, so they are subject to change, so we can increase them, we can decrease the values, however council wants to move forward.
Okay, I mean, under the SSP, Project 3, I think, is one of the things that we really do need to address. These ADA ramps and sidewalks, that's been a long time coming, and if we're going to be developing and wanting people to actually think of this as a walkable area, we have to have that before I think anything else on those.
Yes,
sir. Jeremy, I guess in terms of the regional account projects, I'm looking at project number 2. I represent City Council on the Community Development Corporation, so part of the role of that organization is to work with homeowners that are unable or can't afford to take care of some of the issues related to upkeep in their properties. And there are some, drive around the city, there are some properties that need some serious attention, more so than the CDC can provide. And I'm assuming that this would come through the code enforcement. Is that, would we get addresses or properties identified through code enforcement? Jeremy, is that how that happens?
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman Member Heck. That is correct. We would partner with code enforcement. We would identify the properties that have continued complaints, and we would work with the homeowners in order to address those complaints. but this would give us a pot of money in order to either abate or demo those properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that. I do think it'd be important to make certain that they would qualify as low or moderate income
For
folks.
this project, we could qualify them under slum and blight. So it could either be on a spot basis or an area basis.
Okay. So if someone had plenty of resources, but they were just too damn lazy to take care of their property, does that mean we would still go in and do it for free for them?
It would not be free, no. We would move forward, we would put a lien on the property.
Okay.
And then obviously if they were to sell the property or foreclosure, then we would have some kind of.
Perfect. Okay, because I think that would be wrong to do it at no cost, but at the same time, there's some properties that need some serious attention here. So, okay.
Yes, there are measures in place where we safeguard ourselves for the grant money. For example, for the emergency rehab, there is a lien that gets put on the property, but is it a forgivable grant? So if they stay in the property over a number of years, then it could be fully forgiven. Okay. So we used to do that project in Apache Junction, I believe, as far back as 2018.
Right. And that there's only a certain amount of money that's permitted for any particular residence. Is that correct?
Yes, we would limit it to $15,000. Obviously, we'd look case by case basis.
Right. Okay. All right. That's my input. Thanks, Sharon.
You have a comment?
Yeah, I kind of would like to see a blend of a couple of them on the RA projects, air conditioning loaner. My son just went through a situation where his AC went out, and it was going to take roughly 5 days before the new one was ready to be installed. And so he was fortunate and could go down to Home Depot and buy one of those little wall units and keep a small portion of the house cool and livable. I could see this, maybe not doing 40 units, only doing 20 units, because they're supposed to be on a loan basis until, a regular AC unit is either repaired or a new one installed. And this would be an excellent way of providing that gap for our residents. And then I also like the RA project number 3, maybe not doing as many, maybe only assisting 10 households or however we can, how many we can. We all know that we have to have electricity. We also know, especially in the summer, we have to have AC. And that would be a great way of helping some of our residents that we know have fallen on bad times and have become homeless because their home became unlivable. So, and as far as the SSP funding, I like the drainage issue. We're constantly having issues with our flooding. I know we're mitigating that in lots of ways, but I think that's a project that addresses a local area specifically. I think it'd be a good one to start with too.
Mayor, Councilmember Cross, yes, it is possible that we could group some of the RA projects together. So perhaps we want to do the AC loaner program in conjunction with an actual program where we are just replacing HVAC units. That could get us to the $156,000 that we need to get to for the RA fund.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something to think about.
The RA Project 1, the AC loaner program, I have a couple questions. How big in our city is this a problem? I mean, till this came up, I never really thought about it or ever heard anyone ever talk about people living here without AC units. And when you talk about a loaner program, are you talking about loaning out an AC unit in June, July, that they'll have till October, that they'll be able to use that whole period of time. Then it goes back to the city, but next year, again, come June or July, those same people will need that unit again. How is this program to be run?
Mayor, Councilwoman Nesser, we did meet with the city of Mesa last week, and they did give us the layout of their program. So what they're talking about is they do window units. And there is a lot of demand, especially in mobile home parks. And what they were letting us know is, at first they were buying units that were more expensive and also more BTUs, but they were saying, based on the electrical access in the mobile home parks, they went to units that were less expensive and also less BTUs, so maybe they could only cool up to one room, but they found that that was more effective. So we could purchase a variety of units to use, and we would loan them. Once their AC goes out, then they could take it on loan from us, and then they could return it. Mesa said that after 2 weeks of the temperature being below, say, 95 degrees, then they would require them to return the unit. So it's based on the weather and how long the summer is lasting.
And if I can clarify, Councilmember Nesser, this would be in an emergency situation where someone's AC unit that they already have has failed.
Okay.
And it would be a stopgap until they can get that repaired.
So that was
This
kind
would
of
be
my
somewhat-
question. And it's not supplying AC to them for this summer and then again next summer and it's just until they can repair their own system. Okay.
Yes, it would definitely be a temporary fix.
Okay.
Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you for bringing these three RA projects. They're all worthy. Every one of them is worthy. I do like the emergency housing rehab the most, if we had to pick one. If we could do a kind of combination, that'd be great. But I think that's the most important is number 3, helping people that can't afford to get their house, plumbing and stuff like that. So if I had to pick one, that'd be my number 1. AC would be my number 2, and then, of course, blight would be what was the other one? Abatement would be the other one, in that order.
What about the other one?
Oh.
The SSP.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know we were talking about that, yes, but I believe the drainage, storm drainage is probably one of the biggest things we have to worry about right now, controlling the water flow in our city so it doesn't destroy people's property.
Also keeps our roads repaired
Yeah.
Comments?
from
Yes.
disrepair.
As far as the RA goes, I feel like Project 3 kind of encapsulates all 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. You address blight, you address HVAC, so number 3 kind of covers the whole thing. The SSP, that's kind of a tough one because the ADA is quite necessary. I would probably stick with Project 3. We are already doing so many different things to mitigate flooding in this city. Quite a few different things, as a matter of fact. So if we can make room for other things with grant monies, I think we should. So the SSP would be Project 3, and the RA would be Project 3 for me.
Okay, I'm going to a quick little comment concerning I'll say the air conditioning portion of it. Unfortunately, this year we went through losing our air conditioner in our house. And when I contacted the person that was going to do my replacement, they told me it was going to be anywhere from a week to 2 weeks before I can get a replacement unit because of the rarity of them, my size, I guess. And so we were fortunate enough to be able to go and buy 2, I'll call them window units, and to be able to continue it on. And it's something that we still have those window units, even though we're not using them anymore because we got our air conditioner now replaced and non-operational. But we've even had to loan ours out to other people that have lost their air conditioning for a short period of time, and they borrowed it and used it to keep their places cool enough. So I think it's something that, it's a good idea. It's something that, I know Mesa does it in the aspects on it, and I know they have some, I would say, some rules on it, of how it can be used and everything, but unfortunately, sometimes the air conditioners quit on you. They don't come up with a neat little flag that says, if you don't fix me now, I'm going to go out in a week. No, it doesn't tell you that. It just quits working. So I like that, that one as far as on it, but I still like the aspects of being able to assist the people in on their property as well. So that's my comments. I will now open up the public hearing. There's a 5-minute time limit with a 1-minute warning you will hear. Please state your name and address for the record. Do I have anyone who wants comments on these projects?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Andre Meek, 1327 South Bel Air, here in AJ. Every one of these projects, yeah, we need pretty bad, especially like AC units and everything. It'd be nice if, like, on some of these, especially if you're like in a mobile home and the person is able to help, but can't afford, like, getting a contractor or whatever, getting in there. These new mini split units, I hear that a lot of people are taking those, in their large houses, and they're putting 3 or 4 of them in, and that's running cheaper than one big unit, and they're cooling, they're able to shut down a room, just when you want that room cool, you turn on the switch, it's got its own AC, but they run on 110 volts, they're pretty low amp draw, and, some people just need a loaner. Some people, if you had the means to help them with it, putting the mini split in an older home that's small, where one unit would do it, they would be done, maybe have some kind of repayment program or something like that, where they get it, they come in at cost and get it in there. Maybe, get volunteer contractors to install them, We need volunteers. But, I think it's a great idea. But of course, it's like, how much money do we have to spend on it? And as far as, home repairs and everything, yeah, there's a lot of people that, you have one of these windstorms and it tears off their roof or something. They're stuck, they got a leaky roof, they need help. And, so I'm all for what I see here. It's pretty much what I got.
No one else wants to speak on this? Okay. I will now close the public hearing.
Mr. Mayor, that was just for the first set of
First
projects.
one, yeah. So now we're going to do the second one. Presentation, discussion, public hearing of potential projects for CDBG SSP funds. Matt.
And nothing additional to add. Jeremy presented on both of them, but this is just the public hearing for the SSP ideas.
That was the second part of it, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, council and discussion of the second part of it.
Pretty much already spoke. Yeah.
Okay, and I'll again open up to public hearing for the SSP funds. No one moves. Okay, thank you. So we'll be bringing this back on October
7th.
7th?
That's right. Yep.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, I do believe we need direction on the projects to go ahead and move those forward to the next public meeting.
Okay, how can we do that without voting?
I think we've got, from my standpoint, I mean, I don't know what else we need to. I've got some inputs already. We do need to make sure that when we do get the final vote, that we have one or two items from each of them, so that just in case Arizona Department of Housing can't do one of them, we can go back to the next. That's my understanding.
That's correct. And all 4 projects discussed today will go forward to the next public meeting.
Okay. I think we're
Yep,
do they need, you don't need any more, right? Because I think we're good, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So that was rough to say. We can't vote, but we want to vote. Okay. Consideration and application of a new Series 10 beer and wine store liquor license for the Apache Shell. Evie.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, we have a new Series 10 beer and wine liquor store license. It's been submitted by Agent Kevin Krabner for the Apache Shell gas station located on the southeast corner of Ironwood and Apache Trail at 1571 West Apache Trail. The Arizona Department of Liquor License received this application on August 1st and forwarded it to the clerk's office, and we got it that day. The applicant was notified of this meeting tonight, and my understanding is the applicant is here for questions. A notice of public hearing was posted at the establishment on August 6th to comply for the state law requirements. Correspondence has been received from the Apache Junction Police Department, our Building and Safety Division, our Planning and Zoning Department, and the Superstition Fire and Medical District, with all 4 entities recommending approval for this. The next steps are for you to make a recommendation for approval or denial to the Arizona State Liquor License and Control on this application.
Does the applicant want to say something? Okay. So, council, you have any comments or questions? No? Okay, so I will now open the public hearing. There's, again, a 5-minute time limit with a 1-minute warning you will hear. Please state your name and address for the record. Anyone want to speak out on this beer and wine liquor license? And I see no movement, so I'll now close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that the application for a new Series 10 beer and wine store liquor license for Apache Shell located at 1571 West Apache Trail, Apache Junction, Arizona, be recommended to the Arizona Department of Liquor Licenses and Control for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Presentation, discussion, public hearing, consideration of ordinance number 1566.
Now it's my turn. Sorry about that. Good evening, Mayor, council members. My name is Erica Hernandez. I'm a planner on staff. This presentation is for a proposed rezoning for Skyline Towns. If you remember, the last time we spoke about this project was on August 4th for the work session. And this presentation is for the public hearing. Now, just for the benefit of the audience, I'm just going to briefly go over what was presented during the work session. Okay, so the properties are located on the northwest corner of Winchester Road and Junction Street. The request is to rezone the properties from RSGR and B3 to RM2 PD to facilitate a 2-story, 100-unit multifamily rental development. Okay, so the properties are surrounded by B3 and RM2 to the north, RM2 to the east, B3 and RM2 to the south, and B3 to the west. Now, this is a gated community. The main entrance will be off Junction Street and an exit only off of Winchester Road. There will be a 6-foot perimeter wall and ample parking As far as amenities go, there's lots of green space, pool, spa, a clubhouse, to name a few. There's also a 8-foot wide multi-use trail along Winchester Road and Junction Street, as well as sidewalks. Now here are the proposed high-quality Spanish elevations. We have decorative shutters, red clay roof tiles, the Talavera tiles here, driveway pavers. Also, here are the proposed elevations for the clubhouse. As far as public input, a sign was posted at the site. Notices were sent out to property owners within 300 feet of the subject site, and the case was advertised in the newspaper. There was a neighborhood meeting on June 9th. 2 neighbors attended. Both were supportive of the project. Outside of that, there was either no reservations about the project or people were supportive of the project. Okay, and staff is supportive of the requested setback deviations. The front of 20 feet to 15 feet. The side setback of 10 feet to 5 feet. The rear setback of 20 feet to 5 feet. And with that, Planning and Zoning Commission and planning staff recommend approval of case number P-25-4-PZ, subject to the conditions of approval found in the staff report. For the following reasons: the use is compatible with the downtown mixed use designation, and the use supports multiple general plan goals. Now, the applicant is here for their own presentation, and afterwards we'll be happy to answer any questions. And I can pull up their presentation here.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the council. My name is Reese Anderson. I'm with the law firm of Pugh and Lake. Here on behalf of Bella Flora Communities, it's my pleasure to be with you. You saw this case again about a month ago. The staff gave you an excellent report then. They gave you another excellent summary this evening. I would just like to reiterate that and not repeat. I've got detailed answers on any question that you might have, but I'd rather not spend your time, your precious time, repeating what Erica just shared with you. I would, Mayor, however, if there's anyone here that's speaking in opposition this evening, I don't know of any, but if there are, I'd appreciate the opportunity to come up and share a few thoughts after. Other than that, this case is before you with recommendation of approval from staff, the Planning Commission. It's consistent with your general plan, and it's a good step forward, consistent with those downtown plans. And I urge your support. Thank you, Mayor.
Any questions from council? I've just got one question, and that's the driveway. Does that line up with, was it Outpost? It's the street that runs up. Where's the?
Mayor Wilson, your question is, does the main entrance on the south line up with the street across?
Yes.
I'm not sure if we could just go to a site plan and we can figure that out real fast. And I'll ask Erica to help us get that.
Is it in the presentation? Oops.
It's probably right there. We just click the button.
Well, you do have your site plan, but it's not showing the rest of the area. So if we can go back to my presentation.
Yep, of course.
And then I will show right here. So it is.
Right there in the middle.
Yeah, let's see. So your site plan is all the way down here. Yeah, so it's roughly in the middle. It is pretty close.
So it's going to.
Thank you, Eric. So,
Outpost.
answer your question. Yes, yes, sir. That lines up with Outpost.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
And if you would have asked me to bet money, I would have said, based on your staff, it would have.
Okay.
Right? That's part of their job to make sure those streets line up. And there's not a safety issue.
Okay. Anyone else got any questions?
No.
Besides me?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. I will now open the public hearing. There's a 5-minute time limit with a 1-minute warning that you will hear. Please state your name and address for the record. Anyone like to speak on this matter?
Good evening, Council. My name is Steve Droop. I live at 269 North Winchester Road. We're right by where this is going to be developed. And I haven't been a full-time resident here very long at all. But I guess my concern is one of the reasons we came to this area was all the open areas here, friendly to the horses and this and that and everything else. You're never going to stop progress, I understand that. But instead of all these rental units and apartments and everything going up in that area right there, maybe some single-story, two-story, whatever, family homes that young couples can get into, make some money, get out of them in 5 years or so, and move on. I understand that over by Hacker's Restaurant, that a 350-unit development has already been approved. This summer, I guess, got approved. And where this one is going to be developed, basically from Junction to Scenic and Winchester to Idaho, that's all going to be apartments, developments in that area. And I think it's just way too much rental units in one area. You know, I don't understand the rush to get so much rental unit stuff in there. I understand you guys want to grow the city and what have you, but why can't we keep it more friendly to the surrounding areas around there and keep it to, you know, maybe acre lots or whatever, acre and a quarter, and put some single-family homes in there instead. That's just my concern. I wish, and the other thing is Scenic, obviously dead ends right there at Winchester. So we've got all that traffic turning onto Winchester already. Now there's going to be another driveway coming out right near that corner from this complex, which is already kind of congested back in there. And then the other side over by Fry's, the traffic that's on Junction over there is, you know, people coming and going to work. And once a lot of the winter visitors get here, I'm just afraid it's going to be a lot of congestion back there. So I just hope maybe you guys would take some consideration into this and maybe change it up a little bit. Thank you.
Donna Carr, Apache Junction resident. I'm opposed to putting in so many apartment complexes, and he's wondering why we're building so many apartment complexes so fast, is I think the developers could taste blood. And the minute you gave in to them the first time, now they all keep coming back. They want to make the buck off the citizens and not allow them to own their own homes. And I do believe in single-family dwellings. Apartment complexes turn into nothing but slums in the long run. And I don't want Apache Junction to turn into any slum. Now, the other thing is I was thinking about was the fact that I know that it's still a majority vote for the zoning, 4-1, but 4-1 makes 5 zoning board members, and you're supposed to have 7. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Andre Meek, 1327 South Bel Air Road here in AJ. People keep saying apartment buildings. This is not apartment buildings. This is more of an upscale rental dwellings with garages, gated community basically. And while we need more apartments for people that can't afford a house. I mean, to say, you know, well, let's make it single-family homes, acre and a quarter plots, that's $750,000 at least for something like that. You know, right now, nobody can afford that. What we need is something that the people that come here, work here, live here can afford. And while this project is going to sound like more for the upscale, which you need rentals for the upscale that don't want to buy, we do need more housing for the lower income, that is affordable. But, it's the slippery slope. You can't, people that are building them are in it for the money. People that sell their houses, they don't sell them cheap because they can make the money at it. So, it's, I'm all for this project. I think it's going to be great as far as the people it'll serve, and I mean, right there we have the new, build-to-rent units that they just put, and there's two developments right there, and this will kind of fit in there. There is a little concern, Junction pops out onto Idaho with no signal, and Idaho is really congested at times right there, right behind Fry's. There may be need of some kind of traffic control at that point. Winchester isn't so bad. Maybe a little adjustment of the traffic lights so they're not so darn long just sitting there. But, all in all, I see the project as something good for the city, for people, but, it's for a certain niche of people. And, everybody deserves, their to be served in a certain way. But, I'd like to see more of the lower income type apartments. You go right over into Mesa, you get over there, Signal Butte area, along 60, west of that, and you see all the apartments that are going up in there. But, they're still not cheap. They're still, kind of pricey. So, it's a hard question to answer. We do need housing for the people that can't even touch a new house or to buy a house, and there's a lot of those people here in town. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yes?
can I ask the gentleman one question? You are crime-free multi-housing, correct? I just want that on the record, because I know we talked about it, and you said you are. So these apartments would be crime-free multi-housing. Thank you.
You're talking about the developer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and we can bring him up afterwards to answer any questions you have.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Kathy Daroff. I live at 860 North Wickiup Road. My husband and I have a horse property. We came out here because we liked the low-key Western lack of craziness out here. I see all these new apartment buildings going up. Most of them are empty. I think that developers are going wild out here. And has anybody considered where is the water coming from? That has always been my concern, and it's a big concern. All you need to do is look at the news and see it's a big, big problem. And yet all this unregulated building is very concerning to me. Thank you.
Go. Come on back.
Mayor can allow it.
One of the things I wanted to know, is there going to be Section 8 housing allowed in these, in this complex?
Developer will have to answer that.
You can bring the developer up afterwards to
Okay.
answer that question.
Yep. All right.
What was that?
A developer could answer that question afterwards.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I will now close the public hearing. And I'm going to ask the developer to come back to answer a couple of questions.
speaks.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, the question that I know I'm going to be asked is this part of the crime prevention program? The answer is yes.
Thank you.
I think the second question you might ask was the citizen just made, which was, is this Section 8? No, it's market rate. I'm happy to address any other questions that other citizens raised. Appreciate the words of support. We respect all views, but note that change is happening, and this plan is consistent with those plans that you have called for as the council for this downtown area. I think it's a good balance of meeting those plans.
Your Honor.
Yes.
More like, I'd like to just make a statement regarding a lot of this. Several years ago, we put forth, not to our community, a new general plan, and that new general plan clearly spelled out a downtown center, for lack of better words, and that downtown center clearly shows affordable multifamily housing. I shouldn't say affordable. I should say just multifamily housing in all the areas that we're currently considering putting multifamily housing in. We have a lot of new people coming into our community. They can't afford the $800,000 homes, but they want to live here. And this helps to allow them to move in. The other question I would have is, what do we tell our kids that want to continue to live here but can't move out of mom and dad's house because there's no place to move into, because there's been a shortage of housing? This helps answer those needs. And you know, my son's first house or place that he moved into, him and 3 buddies rented an apartment. And that's how they made it. And now my son owns 2 homes, one in Santan Valley and one in Gold Canyon. And he's doing quite fine. You know, we all have that opportunity to make it better in our lives. And, you know, apartments are a stepping stone for a lot of people. But we also have a lot of professionals that are coming out from other countries. For instance, the LG battery plant. And they only need 1 year, or they only need 6 months. And some of these apartment complexes that we're putting in, or hoping to get put in, are satisfying those needs. You know, so everybody kind of needs to understand that the one way, you know, people, when I was campaigning 3 years ago, a lot of people were screaming at the cost of rent being so high. And if we go back to our days in high school talking about economics, the way you can get, you know, prices to come down is you got to increase the supply. If there's a lot of empty, you know, housing units out there, the price of that unit that somebody wants to, you know, that a landlord wants somebody to move into, he's got a few choices. He can either fix it up really super nice and entice people to move in because it's remodeled, or he's going to have to drop the price. And so the sooner we can get a good, balanced amount of affordable units and apartment complexes throughout our community, not just downtown, but throughout our community, the better and quicker those prices should start coming down. They're already starting to come down throughout the valley. I work all over the valley. I have studio apartments right over where my office is that are going for $800 a month. 1 bedroom for just a little bit higher than that. And it's an older complex. And the reason why those prices are cheap like that is because there's 3 brand new units right next door. And so, you know, that landlord knows what he has to do to get people back into his place. So that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Anyone else wants it? Yes.
The lawyer talk, we got to open it back up. Yeah.
You gotta have a public hearing
Open the
again.
public
Yes,
hearing again.
public hearing, so, yes, you want to say something else?
Was I being called back up? I
No,
misunderstood.
I was just merely saying that you came up after the public hearing was closed, so now we got to open it back up again because The audience might have something to say.
I apologize, I misunderstood. Thank you.
No, you're
no
good.
problem. So I'll reopen the public hearing. Anyone like to speak again on this? All right, I'll now close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
Mayor,
Yes.
I move that ordinance number 1566 be read by title only and the reading of the entire ordinance be waived.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Heck,
Yes.
Councilmember Cross,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser,
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Councilmember Soller,
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 1566
What?
as read by the city clerk be approved.
We got it.
I'll read
Oh,
it.
you gotta read the whole
I'll
thing,
read
that's
it,
right.
yeah. That's
Sorry.
okay.
A little tired, that's all.
Ordinance number 1566, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of the city of Apache Junction, Arizona, amending the Apache Junction, Arizona zoning ordinance by amending the zoning district map, city of Apache Junction, Arizona, changing the zoning district classification for the properties described in rezoning case P-25-4-PZ, a proposed rezoning from city center B3 and general rural low-density single-family detached residential RSGR to high-density multiple-family residential by planned development RM2PD, repealing any conflicting provisions and providing for severability.
Okay.
All right.
Now we need the motion.
Mayor, I move that ordinance number 1566 as read by the city clerk be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller,
Yes, but I want to just say that this absolutely goes with what the voters of AJ wanted for our master downtown plan, and that those lots behind Fry's are exactly what this is for, so yes.
Councilmember Johnson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder,
I'd like to say that Bellafleur owns a lot of property in this city, and they plan to do a lot of building, and if they can't show us the respect to show up on a zone, that's why my answer is no.
Councilmember Nesser,
Yes.
Councilmember Cross,
Yes.
Councilmember Heck,
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Well, I'm going to make a quick comment in the aspect on it. One of the things that I had the opportunity to talk to a couple of businesses this past weekend, and they are really hurting, and they're looking forward to having some, I'll say, nearby residents that can actually cater to them and come in and spend some funds. And this has been something we're trying to work on and assist our business community. And of course, we're talking not big businesses, we're talking individuals and small businesses. Yes.
Motion passes 6-1.
All right, new business. Presentation, discussion, award contract for Arlington Watkins Architects, LLC.
Trina.
Good evening, Mayor Wilson, Vice Mayor Schroeder, and members of the council. My name is Trina Harrison, and I am your Capital Improvement Plan Program Manager. I'm here to present an exciting new project to you tonight, and that is to master plan and program the area that we are calling City Campus South, which is located at Ironwood and Horton Drive, which is slightly south of Elliott Drive. The complex will include a library branch, a police substation, a park with a lake, and a maintenance yard that is shared by Public Works and Parks. The purpose of this project is to continue providing the excellent city services that we currently provide to our citizens. With the growth of our city, these services are now needed in South Apache Junction. The library facility will continue to provide the necessary services for programming, quiet study areas, and technology services. The new police station will improve emergency response times, provide more police presence in that area, and also offer the opportunity to build relationships between our public safety staff and the citizens. On April 9th, a request for qualifications solicitation was released and closed on May 21st. We received 5 responses. Those 5 responses were reviewed by 7 internal staff members across 5 different departments. 3 firms were selected to move forward to be interviewed. Arrington Watkins Architect was the highest ranked firm and recommended to move forward by our selection committee. Upon completion of the master planning process, an amendment to the contract may be brought to City Council for consideration to move straight into project design, which is construction documents. As for next steps, this contract in the amount of $670,446 will be placed on the consent agenda for the City Council meeting on September the 16th, unless otherwise directed by City Council. This project is anticipated to be completed in March of 2026. And with me tonight are Matt Gorman from Arrington Watkins Architects and Aaron Harmon with EDS Management. And I'd like to offer it up to any questions you may have.
Questions?
No.
No?
Thank you.
Yes.
This is super huge, you guys. This is really awesome, and I'm so excited to be at this point as the city manager and working with staff and Matt, Trina, and all of our departments who are very excited to provide these services to the south. And in preparation for this and having the ability to have growth pay for itself and have the ability for our team to work on this, it's a really exciting time in the history of Apache Junction. This is planned and programmed in our budget for the fiscal year.
It's good to take care of our people down south.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. Presentation, discussion, consideration, approval for excuse me. Excuse me. Resolution number 25-25. Chief Pulley's not here, so who's?
This is our lieutenant.
Let's see.
Painter. Lieutenant Painter.
Painter, yeah.
Let's see. Which one is it, Lieutenant? That one, there we go.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm Lieutenant Seth Painter of the Police Department. I have for you 4 more GOHS grants for your consideration.
So you want me to read them off, the aspect on it, for all 4, all of them?
No, it's all under one item.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
going to go through the applications.
Okay.
Mayor, it's all under one proposal. The first grant in the proposal is a DUI grant. We were awarded $25,000 for enforcement overtime. The second grant is also for $25,000. It's also for traffic enforcement. And these grants are the same grants that we get every year, and it's just reimbursable overtime expenses. The third grant is for $5,000. It's to fund bicycle and pedestrian safety enforcement. And the final grant is also for $5,000, and it's to fund car seat and seatbelt safety enforcement overtime expenses. So in sum, GOHS has awarded the city a total of $60,000 in reimbursable enforcement overtime funding, and staff is just requesting approval to move forward and begin utilizing these grants. Thank you.
Any questions? Nope. Okay, do I have a motion on resolution number 2525?
Mayor?
Yes.
I move that Resolution 2525, submission of projects totaling $60,000 for grant-funded Arizona 2026 Highway Safety Plan be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, roll call?
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you to the police department for going out and getting grant funding for this.
Presentation, discussion, consideration of approval award of a contract for Shade Industries. Dave Butler.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Dave Butler, Park Superintendent for the Parks and Recreation Department. Award-winning Park Superintendent for the... I'm here tonight to present to you on the Prospector Park Improvement Award of Contract for Shade Industries for shade at our playgrounds. Got ahead of myself. The project is fully funded through the Community Development Block Grant with Arizona Department of Housing regional account funds that we talked about earlier this evening. Expected construction completion would be early February 2026. The invitation for bid was posted July 9th, and then we opened those bids August 11th. We did receive 3 bidders, with Shade Industries being the lowest responsive and responsible bidder. The shade for this grant is in the north and south playground areas at Prospector Park. It will cover approximately 7,000 square feet total with shade, so it gives pretty good coverage on both playground areas that we currently don't have shade at. Tonight, we do recommend award a contract to the lowest responsive bidder, Shade Industries, in an amount of $144,210 with a contingency of 10%, for a total contract amount not to exceed $158,631. With that, I can answer any questions you have.
Yes.
What type of material is it? And for the shade, is it shade material or is
it? A shade fabric.
A fabric,
yes.
Okay. So what's the life expectancy of that fabric and what kind of warranty do we get with it?
I would have to get back to you on the warranty. I don't have the warranty on me. It is usually about 10 to 12-year lifespan. They are the same shade fabrics we use at the pool and all of our other shade playgrounds, and we tend to see 12 to 15 years. Again, monsoons can change that, so it could be shorter than that, but it's usually 10 to 15 years.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Do I have a motion on the award of the contract for Shade Industries?
Your Honor.
Yes.
I move that the award of contract for IFB CDBG number 132-25 to Shade Industries for Prospector Park improvements in the amount not to exceed $158,631 be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimous.
Presentation, discussion, consideration of approval of award of contract to Dave Bang Associates. Dave.
Award-winning.
The award-winning.
Award-winning Dave.
Yeah.
So this presentation is for Ramada renovations at Superstition Shadows Park. This project is funded within the fiscal year 25-26 budget, and the contract would be direct with the supplier, Dave Bang, on the Mojave Cooperative contract. We're looking at replacing all 8 Ramadas that are existing at Superstition Shadows Park. We do leave the footers and concrete pads in place. We replace the metal shell and the support structure. 5 large Ramadas and 3 smaller Ramadas. Those 5 are the largest Ramadas that we have at any of our parks, so they are pretty sizable Ramadas. We do recommend awarding of contract to Dave Bang Associates in the amount of $372,894.94 with a maximum 5% contingency for a total not to exceed $391,539.69. And I can answer any questions you may have.
Any questions? Yep.
Is any of this reusable for anywhere else, like at the rodeo grounds or something?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
is any of the material that's being demoed, is it reusable at the rodeo grounds? Could it be used for shade structure? Are we just scrapping it out and sending it to, scrapyard for reimbursement?
So the reason for the replacement is the support columns are rusting through, so we can't reuse those just because they've rusted out over the past 20, 25 years. We could look at saving some of the roofing material, and then just use that at some other areas. It would not work at the rodeo grounds because it's a completely different structure that we're designing out there, but it could be used in other parks to patch in roof pieces down the line if we needed it to.
Gotcha. Or maybe even create some shade areas for public works down at lay-down yards and things like that.
Yeah, we could definitely look at saving it for something like that as well.
Yeah, cool.
Anyone else?
This is being done because of the supports are rusting out? They can't just be replaced and keep the same roofs, or just curious?
Yeah, so the support columns on some of them have almost rusted entirely through, so it's just time to replace them. And trying to, if you're just going to replace that, the cost of the roof is very minimal. So replacing the whole structure made more sense than just trying to replace the supports.
Okay.
No one else? Okay. Do I have a motion on the award of the contract for Dave Bang Associates?
Your Honor?
Yes.
I move that the award of contract for Superstition Shadows Park Ramada renovations to Dave Bang Associates, Inc., in an amount not to exceed $391,539.69 be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Roll call.
Councilmember Soller?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Schroeder?
Yes.
Councilmember Nesser?
Yes.
Councilmember Cross?
Yes.
Councilmember Heck?
Yes.
Councilmember Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Wilson?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you. Well, we'll move on to call to public. I would like to remind everyone the call to public is a courtesy, not required by law. It's a time for the public to express requests, communication, comments, and suggestions. Requests to speak forms must have been completed and handed in to the city clerk before the end of the city manager's report. All issues shall be presented in a professional manner without personal attacks. Under the open meeting law, the council cannot engage in discussions on issues presented, but may respond to criticism, may direct staff to follow up with the speaker directly, or place the matter on a future agenda for a council discussion. There's a 3-minute time limit for each speaker. And I have one, Donna Carr.
Donna Carr, Apache Junction resident. First, I'd like to thank Robert for voting for the people. I know that we're going to get a lot of revenue from all these apartment complexes that coming in. And, yeah, Brian, I sort of don't think that we need to take care of the people down south. I'm pretty sure they can take care of themselves. So it's time to start putting money more towards the part of Apache Junction that once was. The people that have been here that made Apache Junction what it was in the first place. And that is everything this side of baseline. So the revenue that it produces this side of baseline belongs to go to this side of baseline. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Council comments? I will adjourn this meeting.